Hey everyone, welcome back to Boss from Home Jobs. So if you are new here, welcome. I share new videos every Tuesday and Thursday featuring remote job opportunities, company overviews, Glassdoor insights, application tips, and career resources to help you make more informed decisions during your job search. But in today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at a beginner-friendly remote night job, and the job is a part-time opportunity. So we're going to talk about who the company is, review its current Glassdoor rating so that we know that it's a real company, explain what the job actually involves in simple terms, discuss who this role might be a good fit for, show you where you can learn more and apply, and we're going to leave this off with a tip for your resume. So if you're interested, let's just continue on with today's job lead. So today I want to talk about Tandem Care. All right. So Tandem Care, you may not know who they are, but they are a home care company that's based in California, and they help older adults remain safely and comfortably in their own homes by connecting them with caregivers who basically provide non-medical support like companionship, personal care, meal preparation, and also help with everyday tasks. So in this role, the person would not be providing care directly, but instead, this person would be helping to coordinate the evening operations behind the scenes. So looking over to Glassdoor.com at the time I'm recording this video, Tandem Care has a 2.6 out of 5-star rating on Glassdoor.com. I usually try to look for 3.0 and up, but as always, when you're looking at these ratings, it's a good place to gather information and see what the employee experience is like from the lens of the past and current employees. It's a great place to kind of understand a little bit of the ups and the downs. But, as always, I do want to encourage you to read through the positive and constructive reviews yourself, because a lot of these experiences can vary depending on the team, the manager, the location, and when they work there. So it's always a good idea to do your own research before you apply. Now, one thing I want to point out about this job is that it is just a little bit more difficult to find than the typical remote job posting. So if you go directly to the Tandem Care website, you may not immediately see a traditional careers page. And so this is why I always recommend checking a company's LinkedIn page as well, because they may not exactly post on a job board, but their LinkedIn page might tell a different story. So to find this opportunity, go to the LinkedIn, LinkedIn.com website, and then search for Tandem Care, not Tandem Care Diabetes, but Tandem Care. And so once you're there on their company page, you click on the jobs tab. And so this is where you would find their current openings, including remote roles like this particular job we're going to talk about today, which is the care coordinator position. So this is actually a really good job search strategy, because many smaller companies post jobs on LinkedIn before they actually become easier to find elsewhere. So if you find a company that interests you, don't just check Google or their website. Search the company name on LinkedIn as well. Click their company page, look at the job section. You may find opportunities that you would have completely missed out on. So the job of the evening care coordinator is basically a person who's making sure that everything stays on track while everything else, or everyone else actually, is out doing their job. So during the evening time, caregivers are visiting clients in their homes. And so this job as the evening care coordinator is the one that's monitoring the schedule, answering questions from caregivers, helping to solve any type of last minute scheduling issues, find replacement coverage if someone happens to call out, and also keep everyone updated throughout the evening. So you can basically think of this person as the evening operations coordinator. They're not exactly providing medical care or taking on sales calls, but they're the ones that are making sure that the right caregiver is is in the right place at the right time and that everyone has the information that they need. So I think that this opportunity could be a great fit for someone who enjoys staying organized, multitasking, and solving problems as they come. Also, if you have previously worked in customer service, scheduling, hospitality, staffing, dispatch work, healthcare support, or any other fast paced environment where you maybe have had to keep things organized, many of those skills could transfer well into this type of position. So, as far as what they're looking for, they said that they're looking for someone who is extremely reliable, responsible, calm under pressure, comfortable making decisions, organized and detail oriented, strong communicator, comfortable learning and using multiple technology platforms, and is able to work independently from home. Now, experience that they would love, which kind of gives me the idea that these are preferences, but don't quote me on that. But they would love even more someone who has a little experience with customer service, hospitality, dispatch, scheduling, staffing, healthcare, home care, as well as experience coordinating schedules or handling time sensitive situations, and also remote work experience. Only preferred if you have worked remotely in the past. So the schedule here is Monday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. 25 hours per week, and this is 100% remote according to the job listing. The application is towards the bottom of the screen, but one thing that really stood out to me when looking at this posting is that they're looking for someone who can stay calm under pressure and that can handle changing situations all throughout the evening. So if you're applying, I would say to make sure that your resume includes examples where you have coordinated schedules or appointments, as that's something that they're really looking for. Someone who has maybe solved problems last minute, worked in a fast-paced environment, managed multiple tasks at once, or perhaps you have communicated with customers, team members, clients in order to resolve issues. Even if your experience comes from retail, hospitality, customer service, or another operations role, I would highlight those examples to help demonstrate that you have that organizational and communication skills that they're looking for if that applies to you. And another just very quick resume tip before you apply, and I see this all the time, but avoid simply copying and posting the job description or just using like this job description like language in your resume as far as the work experience is concerned. Recruiters see that all the time when they get these applications. So instead of doing that, I would say to use your own experience to show how you have demonstrated similar skills. Like, for example, if you have coordinated schedules or handled customer concerns in a fast-paced environment, I would say to include those specific examples and also include measurable accomplishments whenever possible. So not just what you did, but how you provided that value doing what you did, right? Hopefully that makes sense, because your resume should always reflect your experience, not just repeat the job post. So looking at this job post, I would definitely consider this an early career beginner-friendly role. The company does not require a college degree or any type of special certifications, but they do prefer experience in areas like customer service, scheduling, staffing, or healthcare support. So if you've already worked in a role where you have had to stay organized and help coordinate people or schedules, this could be a nice step into remote operations. So there it is. I hope that you enjoyed this breakdown and that it helped you to get a better understanding of this particular opportunity and whether it might be a good fit for you, your experience, and your career goals. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure you turn on those notifications so that you don't miss out on any future remote job breakdowns every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, and as always, remember to review the employer's official job post for any type of updated details before you apply. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Thank you to all of our new subscribers, and we will see each other in the next video on Tuesday. Have a wonderful and safe weekend.